Hey guys, how are you? It's Arthi. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about a Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer. And this is the one that is going to be featured. I hope you can see it. I don't know why the camera never autofocuses properly, but I'll put this in the link box down below so you'll know what it is. And this one I had to do a review on because I have a few things I'd like to say about this primer. I used it for the first time last week, and I think my use will be a little limited with this one, and I'm gonna tell you all about that and why. Now let me just get started in breaking down the little details about the product, and then we'll just go on from there. Now I paid about no, it wasn't $5. I paid a little less than $5 for this primer specifically, which is not too expensive. I mean, I think Wet n Wild in general is pretty affordable. It was in this little special section where they were premiering new products, and I have not seen this one before, and I think it's just hit the market recently. This primer specifically is, first I want to show you what it looks like because I put some on a tissue. This is the consistency and the color of it. As you can see, it has a little bit of a tint to it. And I don't believe it's tinted, but it looks a little tinted, as you can, obviously. And this primer, what it has in it for ingredients is vitamin E, and it is supposed to smooth your skin, and you can use it under your foundation, or you can just use it alone if you just want something to just give you a little bit of a pop. So, you have a little bit of flexibility there. And it's kind of, it's small. I don't know how long this tube specifically would last you if you were to use it on a daily basis. I mean, I'm going to be using it very sparingly, so I can't really say too much about that yet. Now, I guess I'm going to start talking to you about the texture of it, and then we will just take it from there. Now, I put this on for the first day when I bought it, and I can tell you right off the bat that if you do use this primer, don't use too much of it, because when I squeeze it onto my finger on the very first try, I put too much on right away, and that was a big mistake because the primer is meant to be used, I think, probably in smaller portions, like I was showing you right here on this tissue. I mean, I guess depending on how thick you want it to be on your face, but a little bit goes a very long way. So a small dab is more than enough, and then you just would spread it across your cheeks, across your forehead, wherever you want it to go. If you're gonna wear it alone, or if it's under your foundation, you can do that too. Just decide, I guess, what spots or where on your face you want to have it. Now, I put it mostly just on my cheeks and on the chin area. I usually don't put anything on my forehead, so that was it for me. And when I used too much of it, what happened was that the primer just gave my face like this instant, strong, heavy, shiny look, which I did not like. I don't know if it is really meant to do that. I think it just is meant to give you like just a little bit of a glow, but I went overboard with it. And that's number one, just use less of it to start, and then just kind of test it out here and there and see what works best for you when you apply it that first time. You don't want to go crazy because it is hard to remove, which is now going to bring me to my second point. The texture of this primer I did not like at all because it is very greasy, and when I started to apply it to my face, it was difficult to spread. I don't know if that's because I wear sunscreen lotion. Maybe it kind of interacted with that. I don't think so though, because I've used other primers that have worked just fine. This one was just really difficult. I had to use little more than what I wanted to, aside from, taking too much in the first place, just to make it spread, because I just couldn't glide it onto my face easily. So that the texture of it, I would say I'm going to give it a thumbs down, because that didn't make me too happy. And so then once I got it onto my face and it all kind of started to set into place and dry up, I didn't like the feel of it because it just felt greasy, and the whole thing was just really sticky. I mean, literally, if I touched my face like this, I could feel the stickiness. It was like like putting like an oily substance mixed with honey or something. I can't even explain it. You'd probably have to try it yourself to really understand, but that was gross. Even with the foundation on, I just did not like going the whole day like that. And then the third thing now is, as far as my foundation application, once I got the primer onto my face, now this is where the frustration really began, because I have to tell you, I don't know why, if it's the foundation that I use. This is the one I use, in fact. I'll show you. This is from L'Oreal. This is super blendable. But it would not, the primer would not allow me to get the foundation on easily. I don't know if it is something with, I don't know if my foundation interacted with it, but I think it has something to do with the primer's greasy consistency. I mean, because with other primers I've used, I have no problem whatsoever. But with this one, when I started to go onto my face with the Beauty Blender, it just would not stick. I mean, literally it would not stick. I mean, I was probably wasting like about 3 or 4 extra dabs of foundation that I normally never use just to try to get it onto my face. And then as I was putting the foundation on, it just wasn't going on as smoothly as I wanted it to. It was just kind of coming out very patchy, and certain spots of my face, were just not taking the foundation. I mean, and that's frustrating when you've got skin issues like rosacea and you have brown spots or blemishes. You want everything to be covered properly, and it just would not allow for that. And that didn't make me happy at all. All right, now let's see. Next thing is, as far as like how long it lasts, I guess, and how the overall look comes out. And this primer did give me like a nice long lasting look. Once I got the foundation onto my face, finally it stayed put. It really did not move at all. Now, I did use a setting spray on top of everything. I think that helped to just bring it all together. But there was no movement, and I was suffering from allergies last week, and I did wipe my nose a few times and nothing came off. And that was very impressive. I like that about it. And I guess the next thing is that, as far as like the whole dewy look, did it deliver on that? It actually did, especially right here around the cheekbones. It did give my face a little bit of shine. My face looked a little bit healthier. My skin looked happier, and I really enjoyed that look because I don't want to have dull skin, and when you start to get a little older, sometimes that's an issue, and it tackled that very well. And I did like that aspect of it. And I think that's it. I mean, if you can kind of get past some of the the ups and downs of this primer, I think you'll be okay with it. I think overall, just the formula needs to be improved a little bit, like with the consistency and stuff. They should probably do something about that. That's it for this video. If you just want to try, let me know what you think. Just leave me your comments. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, I love you guys as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.